talk to the camera. Greg, you started off by saying, I'm going to talk about EI. It's a good setup, but you started singing the song that got the audience involved. That's always a good step. And you also ended with a nice way of singing again, the EI-EIO with a wine bottle. So those are pretty good. On the positive side of your vocal variety, so it's speech number 6 for vocal variety. He did well. Greg did well in facilitating the vocal variety, right? This speech, the EI, he can bring in a lot of emotions, so emotional intelligence. So he brought up a lot of emotions, and his volume was pretty high, so we could hear him well. So you speak using the different. He also used the logical flow of ideas, right? Like he moved from one step to the other. Even though his material was very complicated, he is very well structured. If you notice, he had a plan, he had a notes, and the usage of the words he had prepared very well. We could see that, and he used it. Only thing I see that is he used a lot of notes, so he could avoid that. Coming to the satisfactory ones, right? So his rate of speaking, right? He was speaking pretty fast because I was trying to get something into my mind. Before that, I think something else came up, and it's like so many different kinds of experiential thing, emotional. So I was losing some of the things as he was speaking. So he could change that a little bit, and his pitch was okay, but he could have changed some of the usage there, and the quality of his voice was good too. And one thing I noticed, he didn't use pauses that much. In a vocal variety speech, one of the strongest points I got from Jim is that you have to stop and notice people, whether you're listening. And the one thing is you can see whether they're listening, or at least it makes them think. So that's a very powerful structure. And avoiding notes, as I said, he was not looking at the audience all the time. I think he had too much material. Craig, once again, you had so much material, you could condense it to half. I would say half or even less. That and bring out the emotions. Coming to the points of emotiveness, right? One of the things is you got to be genuine. I noticed that Greg was genuine in some parts. I hate to compare the speeches, but when I was listening to Erica's speech, she was smiling, and Greg was doing it, but he was so uptight. He wanted to give the speech from the notes that he was not being genuine. So that's one thing that will help. And use the props well, and some of the things that when he tried to change the intonation, he brought up something, but it was not in tune with what he was saying. He was trying more, he was concentrating more on doing actions rather than uttering. He knew he was not timing it well, so I think he could improve there. So some of the examples I had, I'm running out of time, is like use the intonation and change of voice for sadness, like sadness, paralyzed, fight or flight, those things were pretty good. So with that, I hope these things will let you improve your next speech, Greg.